What's up, Guardians, and welcome back, Hunters. I'm Profane. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're checking out one of the most electrifying new Hunter builds that's currently available in Edge of Fate. This build grants you with an infinite amount of class energy, which could have you spamming Ascensions or threaded Specters all over the place. And as you're dancing around the battlefield, you'll be providing yourself with a stacking bonus and weapon damage. The exotic that we're revolving our prismatic build around is the Mask of Bakris. This exotic just got a major update made to its performance, and we spoke about this before the expansion came out, and a big shout out to Duddits for pointing out and confirming these changes. When you have an arc or stasis super equipped, your dodge ability gets transformed into a shift, and when you perform this ability, you'll receive a buff called Light Shift. When Light Shift is active, you'll receive bonus class energy off of each enemy that you defeat, and it only takes 2 enemies to fully recharge your energy, and that's even if your armor's class energy is under 100. So as long as you have enemies in front of you, you're going to be able to spam that shift ability, and as you perform additional shifts, you'll build up a stacking bonus and damage. This starts as a 10% bonus that gets provided to arc and stasis weapons, but once you've performed your 3rd shift, you'll be at a 30% bonus. This buff lasts for 10 seconds, and each time you shift, you'll refresh its timer. This exotic is going to create a lot of powerful synergy with several prismatic abilities. With Winter Shroud, we can apply slow and freeze to nearby enemies whenever we perform our shift, and we'll gain a 300% bonus in class energy, which will last for 3 seconds, helping us recharge that energy even if we miss out on getting the needed final blows. We could pair this with Threaded Specter, which would result in us having multiple Specters up at once, and that would have a lot of synergy with our new artifacts focused towards strand energies. Threaded Specter would provide us with a passive bonus to the regen of our class energy, and having several of these on the field will keep your enemies confused on where to aim. Since we'll be able to recharge our class energy at a rapid pace, we could freely make use of Ascension, and we could pair that with Threaded Specter or Winter Shroud. Once we use our first shift, we could follow that up with an instant Ascension. This would jolt nearby enemies, which isn't going to build into our class energy, but it will help us clear out bigger, stronger enemies. This would also give us the Amplified buff, which provides us with a bonus in damage resistance, and as long as we continue to secure final blows, we'll be able to keep our buff towards class energy and weapon damage. When it comes to fragments, we most definitely want Facet of Dawn. That way we get our sweet 20% bonus in weapon damage, which is going to stack with Bakris, and that's getting triggered anytime we strike enemies with our melee. I like going with the stasis melee option, but the smoke bomb would weaken enemies, giving us a 15% bonus in damage from any source. Since we do have a lot of class energy getting regenerated, we don't have to worry as much about using Facet of Hope, but that would give us a 40% bonus to the regeneration of our ability energy. We are using Facet of Courage, which will give our light-based abilities a 10% bonus in damage against any enemy who's debuffed by stasis or strand. This only counts ability damage, but that does include weapon perks like Chain Reaction, Volt Shot, Dragonfly, and Jolting Feedback, so those are perks to keep an eye out for on legendary weapons. When it comes to our choice in weapons, we have a lot of great options right now. The Graviton Spike would make for a fantastic option, as it deals both arc and stasis damage. Exotics like the Centrifuge, Risk Runner, Thunderlord, and Exteris would be very strong options, but one of the most powerful combinations that I've found so far is the Ergo Sum with the Arc Conductor trait. This grants an arc overshield, but it also chains lightning damage through nearby enemies, and that's going to count as weapon damage, which is going to put our class energy regen at maximum overdrive. Legendary weapons with the Strategist perk would also be a smart play, as this would provide you with a 10% bonus in class energy, and that's going to increase to as much as 22% with fusion rifles, glaives, shotguns, and snipers. This is very much a weapon-oriented build, so when it comes to character stats, we want to invest as much as we can into weapons. We could keep our class energy at 100, which would free us up to devote a few points into something like health or melee, but if we could get our weapon stat to 200, we would see our primary and special weapons maintaining a 15% bonus in damage, and when used against boss level enemies, our heavy weapons would deal 10% bonus damage. Our bonus damage from Bakris won't stack with weapon surges, but it will stack with the bonus damage from our character stats, and with Radiance. So if you're a hunter who's jumping into activities that are really dense on enemies, then you should really check out the Mask of Bakris, and you can find a link for this build down in the description. With that said, I wish you all the best of luck out there. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.